Alrighty, so I'm muting and we're going to begin, and I'll talk a little more about our session. No Meredith here today? No, Meredith's not here. Okay, she usually reminds me to mute everyone. Oops. Sorry. Here we go. All right. Now I need to readjust. Okay, so we're going to start out, we're starting out with sitting, and you'll see how we'll work. So some core strength, some stretching. So go ahead and point and flex and point and flex, and keep doing that. I have a little message. I forgot to put the chat board up. Oh, she's skiing. Wonderful. Wonderful. Meredith is skiing. How nice is that? And that means that she's doing well. All right. And then, don't ever underestimate the importance of pointing, flexing when you're traveling, if you're in a car for a while, then you're not driving, and you're later on when you're on flights, that you want to do this because this helps to pump the lymph fluid to move it around. Okay. And then from here we come to sitting, and you could breathe normally if you like, or you can try the Ujjayi breath. Ujjaya. Jai comes from the word sort of like to win, to conquer. Okay, so it's basically you constrict your glottis, your throat. It is nasal breathing. You can hardly tell it's nasal breathing, but we're going to just try it. And if you don't want to, you breathe normally. So hands are to heart, and take a breath in. And it sounds like you're listening to a shell, like a gigantic shell put to your ear, and that's the sound you're making. Some people say Darth Vader. Inhale again. And exhale. Inhale, extending your arms. Exhale, arms behind your back, clasp hands, Ujjayi breath. Continue. Inhale, Ujjayi breath. And exhale. When would you use this? You would use this to help you concentrate if your mind is really distracted, so you conquer the distraction. You would use it if you're in a really, really tough pose and you just feel like you need to tap in a little more. You use Ujjayi breath. Let's come up. Ujjayi breath. Inhale. Exhale. Though these are not hard poses, I just kind of want to introduce that way of breathing. Do you use it throughout the whole class? Probably not. You use it intermittently when you want, if you want. And then releasing. We're going to recross the legs, and we're coming to a forward bend. So exhale, and again, you may take your head down, stretching into the inner thigh and outer hip. Again, you have the Ujjayi breath. And then we're going to come up and reverse the leg crossing. Okay, so once again, upright, and then exhale, lower your head. Maybe you don't need a block. Maybe you're fine just, not using one, or maybe you don't go that far. So breathe in. Exhale. And again, breath in. And exhale. Wonderful. Okay, so we go wide with the legs. And you're holding, it's like you're holding a big a spoon made out of wood maybe. And you're engaging your core as you move. So everyone moves differently. And I would like you to use your core, not rounding your back. Some of you can go really wide, like way forward. Some are going to make a smaller circle. Keep going in that direction. One more, and then you're going to switch. I'm going to check my heat. It's set pretty high, but I would not have known that. Yeah. So a few more rounds here, really moving through hip joints, inner thighs. I know you are. Okay, good. And release. And then from here, bending one knee. So I'm bending the right. I'm bringing the heel close into my body. And twist. So you could take left arm up, get some stretch, some length, and then twist. So you're turning towards the bent knee. The left ankle is flexed. Keep both sitting bones down and twist. And then from here, we're going to side bend towards the straight leg, towards the left. So taking your right arm up, I'm not doing the Ujjayi breath anymore, but if you wanted to work with it, of course you may. So you're stretching, you're side stretching, and you don't want to have your arm forward of your eyes or your face. You're going to be up and over. And breath in, exhale. Take this top arm, bend the elbow. So the elbow not pointing to the screen, but pointing upward. Hand, your right hand on the back of your head, and breathe. Some have more flexibility. Maybe your elbow goes to the inside knee. See, when I did that, my elbow dropped down. So, yeah. Okay, release and come out. Let's do the second side, bending left knee, extending your right leg, both sitting bones down. Twist left, right hand to left knee, turn and look back. Pushing out through your right heel. And then from here, side bending. So reaching. If you don't reach, you can always use a strap. This right hand or right foot, that one would have the strap. The top arm comes up and over again. Avoid having the arm in front of your face. And breathe. Side bend. How to fine tune, how to go deeper. Your right elbow's to the inside knee. You could also take your left hand to the back of your head. Elbow wants to drop down. See if you can reach your elbow up. These are very energizing. Good. And finally, release. Okay, so from here, let's go ahead and take your right ankle over left thigh. Flex your right ankle. And so being farther away is easier. Drawing your heel in towards buttock is more intense. Go ahead and flex your right ankle. Trying to, I know it puts a lot of weight on the hands because the hands have to do this pushing action. Good. Flexing. Breath in. Exhale. Some can lower the head towards the shin bone. Come back a little bit so there's more space between your sits bones and your left foot. And then go side, side. Just try to get into the hip joints. Side, side. It's like windshield wiper, but you're from the seated position. All right. And then from here, let's come down. And the same thing. Your left foot is down, and you're going to go side, side, different on your back because now your hands don't have to hold you up. Try to keep your shoulders down, your hands clasped under your head. So I'm really going wide swing here. And then finally, threading the needle. So your right hand goes through the triangle legs make. You can hold behind the knee or hold your kneecap. And take a moment here. Flex your right ankle. Target is outside hip. If this strains your neck in any way, you could take a blanket, towel, or strap or block under your head. From here, straightening your left leg and maybe holding behind the knee. And some of you might be able to unthread and hold calf muscle, maybe even lifting your head and reaching for your ankle or your foot, in which case the lower back tends to come up off the mat. Breathing in, exhale. Release. And we'll do all this on the second side later. Right foot on left knee and come to a twist. Right knee moving to the left. Turn your head right. There's a lot of right, left here. And try to keep your right shoulder down as you twist. And just really finding that second breath, the second wind, right? And we have that in running, you have that in other sports, and and then you have it in your yoga practice. Sometimes you're working and you kind of feel like your breath is stuck, and then all of a sudden you find you can extend and relax, and you can reach that place where you're like, okay, I get this. My body's finally caught up with the yoga practice. All right, we're going to come out, and we're doing from the second side. That means we come up to sitting again, okay? And the only time you wouldn't want to come to sitting is if this bothers your wrist, right? So left ankle over right thigh, and again, I know there's a lot of pushing forward, flexing left ankle. See if you can be more upright rather than collapsing. And are you able to bring buttock towards heel, keeping left ankle flexed? Are you able to drop your head to your shin bone? Just barely. And breathe. And remember, some can hug. They can be upright and hug. Not me. This is a toughie. Breathe in. Exhale. And then we'll shift back away so your foot moves forward more. And then we have space now for the back and forth movement. So you can see I'm going way over and way over. Make contact with the floor each direction. All right, and then we'll come right onto our backs, and we have threading the needle. So the legs are in the same configuration. Left arm comes through. Clasping behind your knee is easier than actually holding the kneecap. And then try to make sure your neck is relaxed. And the stretch should be felt in the outer left hip. Breathing in. Exhale. And then from here, we'll straighten the back leg so the right leg is extending, and maybe you're holding behind the knee or unthreading so you can hold the calf muscle, the ankle, or maybe the foot. Maybe you have to lift your head or you can keep your head down. There are different ways to work here. Okay. Ideally, we would keep the low back down if that's possible. And then we release, and from here, again, you're going to go side, side, just kind of like what you did when you were more upright, going side, side, swinging wide. And then we're going to straighten the right leg and come to a twist. So left foot is on right knee, right hand holds the knee. You can turn your head left, left shoulder down, and breathe. And finally coming on out. Good work, good work. So a strap will be on our backs, but we need a strap, okay? And here's how we'll work. It is stretching the legs, so you're going to be on your back, but if you have a towel or a short strap, that's, you'll work the way we always do. But if you have a long strap, I would love for you to make a big loop, put it over you like you're wearing a sweater, like you're putting on a sweater, and the tail should hang down. You'll see what I mean. It's got to be on the left or right. You're coming down, you're going to bring both feet into the loop. So again, if you're really tall, you're going to need a super long strap. So maybe this doesn't work for you. So some of you are holding the way we often do. Some of you have the big loop. The loop goes across, maybe across shoulder blades or mid rib cage. And we'll just work together. Some have the strap, some don't. Some have a strap, but it doesn't hold the loop. So I bent my knees and I'm tightening the strap, and then when I push out, that's what I want. I want the strap to be like a tuned guitar string. And then, find that place. Took me 2 adjustments. Now I'm here. So you're pushing up through the feet. And then what I have you do is take your arms to a T position. You're going to take a breath here, wherever you're at. And if you're holding the strap, that's not possible, right? And then if you have a strap holding your feet, bring your arms to I surrender. And take another deep breath in. And exhale. And then you'll take your hands under your head, clasping your hands under your head, and take a breath in. And exhale. And then, and then you have your hands holding your elbows, arms are up overhead, and take another breath in. And exhale. So now, one foot comes out of the loop, okay? So right or left. It shouldn't matter. I'm tightening a little bit, so I still get the stretch I want. And I'm going to feel that there's some pressure against my back because of the strap is tight. And I invite you to do any of the arm movements that worked for you. Like for me, I surrender is very nice. So breathing in, exhale. You'll see how this will be. We're going to apply this. You're not going to believe it. We're going to apply this to boat. All these openings. Let's switch and bring one foot into position, the other foot out. And you're on the second side now, and stretch. Bend, you can tighten up if you need to. Great. Okay. Then, from here, we are going to just keep the strap in place, but unloop, come to sitting, and we're coming to boat with a strap, okay? So if you don't have a long strap, you bring the strap to your feet, you're going to be holding, okay? Using a strap. So this is with full support. And this one, oddly enough, when I do this, it was fine when I was on my back, and then when I come to to sitting and go into boat, somehow it seems like this is ridiculously tight. So see how that works for you. I did not adjust it, but it's like, woo, it's different. But you can see the strap is around me, woo, and what I have to do is balance. You might fall. You might say, I might fall. And then wherever you're at, if you're holding, you're holding. And some of you have, shorter strap. And some have the long straps, and you're just kind of working your arms. You're going to go out to a T. You're going to see if you can balance. You're going to bring your hands forward, parallel to the floor. You're going to bring your arms up, running parallel to the legs. You might even say one arm's going to come up alongside your ear. And then you're going to switch. And all of a sudden, you're like, hey, boat's not so bad. Breathing in. Exhale, because you're still waking up your core muscles. You're still waking up the muscles that help you to stabilize. All right, going to release. Take the soles of the feet together. Just keep the strap in place. And lower your head. Take your head to your feet, stretching your back. I invite you to do that again if you want, or to come to Navasana, boat. Okay? So let's just see what happens in boat. You are welcome to, just say, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to hold on or not hold on. Strap, no strap. Okay? So two rounds of breath. Extend. Breathing in. Exhale. I'm doing Ujjayi breath. Inhale. Exhale. And release. Good work. We're going to come to child's pose. I really like having the strap in place, like all that full support. It's so nice. And then, but of course, you need the long strap. So here you are on hands and knees. Let's press back to child's pose and take a moment to bring your head down, breath in, exhale. And again, breath in and exhale. Cat-cow, you round and you arch. Round, inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. One more, round. Come to tabletop. Extend your right arm, your left leg. Pause for a moment. Hand, knee down, and left arm, right leg extend. And lower. And go back and forth. Extend and lower. Let's work with our breathing. Inhale. Extend. Exhale. Lower. So the goal is to be very steady. Your torso not wavering at all. You could keep reversing back and forth, or you could take right hand to left ankle. And once you have a hold, you could flex or point, and you kick the leg back and look straight ahead of you. Breath in, exhale. One more breath in. Exhale. Make fists round into your back. So again, some of you are still doing cat-cow, maybe, or you can, just switch it up a little bit, doing what you were doing. Or we extend right leg, left arm, reaching, grabbing hold, and kicking. So it's opposite hand, opposite leg. And as you're here, look straight ahead of you. Breath in. You're doing the second side now. And really try to get your leg up. This is a quad stretch. Breathing in. Exhale. Nice. And finally, release and round. We're coming back to downward facing dog. Your hands are spread wide. Curl toes under. Stretch on back. And just take a moment here to stretch into your body. So you're going to raise your heels and lower. Raise the heels and lower. We'll do two ways. Raise the heels, move your shoulders forward. Lower the heels, move your shoulders back. Keep your shoulders pressing down as you raise the heels, only raising your sits bones, and lower. Good. Go wide with the feet. Walk your hands back. All the weight now is off your wrists. Hands to elbows, and take a moment here to breathe. Nice breath in. Exhale. Take your hands, you have hands in soft fist. Your wrist is very loose, and you're going to pound your low back, lovingly pound your low back. So your wrists are loose, and it's thumb side down on your back. You can soften your knees, relax your neck, and make that sound. It almost sounds like a finger snapping. The finger snap, snapping fingers. How's that? All right, and then release and come on up. All right. From here, feet are together, extend the arms, interlace fingers, press palms up, lengthen, breathing in, look upward, arch your back, and then lowering and hands are to heart center. Okay, so we're working on a different kind of sun salutation, so you'll see how that all works. Different in that it's a loosely sun salutation. It's got a lot of variations, and you might find that you need your towel or blanket. You'll just kind of play that by ear. Alrighty, so you're at the front end of the mat. We're going to use our blocks, and I know Doug likes blocks, so like it makes me happy. I think a lot of us like blocks, but the blocks they're kind of nice. So at some point I'll face you. So your right foot comes up and back, and you're going to anchor your heel down. So when you anchor your heel down, your right little toe is connected to the mat, and your pelvis is squared. You're going to hold your block in front of your chest, and you're going to squeeze. Shoulders like to hike up, draw the shoulders down, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So you're using pectorals for the squeezing action. And you have a lot of push power. You leave your imprint on the block. No one can get the block from you, for sure. And then from here, you turn the position of your hands. Now my fingers are pointing up, now my fingers are pointing forward towards my kitchen, and then you're going to extend your arms. So you're still squeezing, but you have to recruit some abdominal muscles. If you're like me, I'm focusing so much on the arms, I forgot that I'm in warrior position. So I had to bend my left knee again. Keep pressing, pressing, pressing. You're going to take your arms up into the air. Shoulders are down. Now you're recruiting your back muscles. Okay, breathing in. Squeeze in. Oh, it's harder to squeeze in. If you bend your elbows and you press, you have more push power. When you extend, you have to recruit new muscles. All right, release. Take your block down. You don't need it at this moment. Take your arms out to a T. Your right arm over the other, eagle. Palms facing each other. Lift your elbows upward. Wild thing number one. Breath in. Exhale. Release. Take hold of your block. You might want it. You're turning to the center. You're moving towards the right foot, but center. And then maybe the block is your best friend. Maybe you don't need the block. So two ways to use the block. One is you reach it out and your hands reach for it and you lower your head. Another one is you reach your hands forward and you rest your head on the block. Okay? So that's the one that I will do. I hope you can see it. Yep, resting my head on the block. And all the while, it's a very light resting. I'm sending the sits bones back. It could be fingertips or palms down. Breath in. Exhale. And again, breath in. And then pressing on up. We'll keep the block where it is. Bring your feet a little closer in together for windmill. Left hand is down. Right arm sweeps up. So again, you may not need the block. I don't usually use the block, but I have it today. So you're going to reach up, arm comes up, really move from your torso. Have a sense that your head and your tailbone line up. So in other words, I'm not going off center line with my head. And breathe. Hand, shoulder, shoulder, hand, all in alignment, up and down. Release and take it the other way. Left hand swings up. Turn, turn, turn from your pelvis and breathe. Exhale. And release. One more, block or no block. You're going to walk over towards your right foot, lower your head towards your right knee. You might have to bend your knee, or maybe you're able to keep your knee straightened. Left hand down, right hand on your low back, twist. Look to the wall behind you, extend your right arm. Palm is looking to the wall behind you. Walk across the other way. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower your head towards your left knee. It's okay to bend your left knee if you need to. Where is this stretch? It's everywhere. I mean, I definitely feel it in my hamstrings. I feel it in my inner thighs, low back, spine gets a stretch. Right hand is down, left hand on your low back. Twist and take your arm up, your palm looking to the wall behind you. Lower. Now, turn your left foot. Low lunge, extend through the back leg, just stretch into your right hip flexor, and step back to plank. And once into plank, you're like, what kind of sun salutation is this, right? Pause for a moment here, breathing in. Exhale. Are you on the ball of the foot? Can you go onto the very tips of the toes or the back of the toes? Knees down, press back, stretching into child's pose. Head is down. You may come onto your belly for Sphinx or try to do striking cobra, which I'll guide you. Your arms are fairly wide, little finger maybe slightly off your mat. And your head glides across the floor. Your elbows bend, but they're going to tuck into your sides. Pelvis up in the air, striking cobra, coming down, belly down, and the upper body presses up. You can keep your elbows bent, or you could straighten the arms. I'm trying to keep my thighs grounded. We're going to try that twice more. Some of you are hanging out in upward facing dog, Sphinx, or cobra. So down. Head gliding across the floor, really close in, elbows tucked in, pressing, and up. Now, I'm doing it really slow. My third one, I'm going to strike, cobra, strike fast. They don't give you a chance to run away. Okay, so you're going to be that ruthless cobra. Okay, so you feel threatened, and so you are going to strike. 1, 2, 3, and you strike. And then from here, we're going to go back to downward facing dog. Pedal, bend one knee, press opposite heel down. And extend. Breathing in. Exhale. Where we'll walk or spring to the front of the mat. And once there, pause. We have a whole second side to do. And you could hug your legs, hug behind your knees. It's okay to bend, or you can straighten, not lock out. Soften the knees and press on up. Sweep the arms up, palms touch, and hands to heart center. Take a breath in. Exhale. Second side, I'm going to take my block with me. I'm going the other way. I mean, just so I can still face the screen. All right. It's the same. It's just another leg that moves back. So we'll sweep the arms up, arch back, exhale, start to come forward, reaching for your knees, calves, ankles, and breathe. Add Utkatasana, bending your knees and dropping down, strong through the core, arms alongside ears. Breath in, exhale. Can you go a little lower? Drop your hands down, extend your legs. Left foot steps back. Heel will be down. I forgot. You block in hand. Back heel down, pelvis squared. You have your block. And we start out with the easiest. Your hands are along your chest, like right in front of your chest. And you're pressing in, shoulders down. Press, look at your strong arms. Woo. And use like you're leaving your imprint on the block. Don't forget, I always I forget about bending my knee because my upper body's working, so the lower body like wants to escape, wants to take a break. Breathe in. Exhale. Fingertips are pointing up. Now they point forward, and you're going to extend. All of a sudden, you're going to engage your core as you press. How else are you going to press, right? So you're pressing, and you're using your core to press. Arms absolutely straight, shoulders down. The block will come in front of your face. That's pretty easy. The block is going to come up into the air. You're not holding, you're not gripping the block. Your hands are flat on the sides of the block. Use your back muscles and breathe. Press into the block. This is where I have the least amount of pressure. I have a feeling that if if you tried to take the block from me, you would make it. Breathe in. Exhale. And then we'll bring that block down. Take your arms out to the side, left arm over the other. Eagle, also called a wild thing. Number 1. There's 2 wild things. Reach up, breathe. Exhale. Release. And then you're turning. So your feet are squared. You might have found that you moved your feet slightly. That's okay, but usually my toes are pointing the screen. I have a block in place. Let your hands slide down the outside legs, and maybe you have 2 blocks. Maybe you can make it so that they're high enough that you reach. Maybe not. Okay, see what is possible. Lower your head and breathe. It's okay if you don't reach at all. Inner thighs, hamstrings open. Right hand on the block, left arm sweeps up. Look upward, windmill, and breathe. It's really the same what you did before, just starting on the other side first. And then release, and left hand down, right hand sweeps up. Turn to the first side. You could use your block, of course, or reach for your left ankle. Lower your head to your knee. Extend, right hand on the mat. Those are more open. Hand is to the outside, left foot. Left hand on your low back, eventually left arm up in the air. Palm looking at the wall behind you, just what we did before. Across the other way. Walking over, right hand on your low back, and right arm up into the air. And release. From center, how did you do it before? Did you have your hands out on the block? Or did you have your head on the block and your arms reaching forward? So pause for a moment. Breathing in. And exhale. And we walk in. Hands onto the low back. Turn your right foot. We'll come to a low lunge. So bend your right knee. Back heel comes up and you're stretching the left hip flexor. And breathe. You may want to move blocks and things out of the way. And from here, we're going to step back to plank. Stepping back to plank. So when you come back to plank, your hands are spread wide and feet are together. Pause. Breath in. Exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, knees down, press back to child's pose, head down. Let's add a side bend movement. So you're going to walk your hands over to the left. Take hold of your right wrist and stretch the right side of your body. and then walk across the other way. And as you're here, take hold of your left wrist, lower your head, stretching the left side of your body. And then back to center, okay? So your hands are forward and your head down, and then we're going to striking cobra, pelvis up in the air, your head gliding across, elbows hugging your ribs, and you strike. And if you can't do these, you could be doing spider hands or on your elbows. We're going to do 2 more, striking cobras. I'm bringing my knees closer together. Now I'm trying to like fine tune it. Arms are forward, head glides forward, elbows hug the ribs, and up we go. Thighs down. And last one, press back. Now, you mean business. You're striking cobra. You do not want to miss your target, so you have to go a little fast. And up. And then we'll go downward facing dog. Press on back and pedal. Stretch back, lengthen your spine. And then we can walk to the front of the mat. All the weight is off your wrists. Hands to elbows, and breathe. Come on up to standing. Sweep the arms up. Good work. Palms touching, and hands to heart center. So what I would like to do is just a little more work with the strap, and we could do it from standing, no loops required. Okay. So it's like steer pose, just like you were doing steer. I like to hold the buckle piece. I'm starting with my right arm up, left hand behind the back. If you really want to not use a strap, you may. You don't have to, but we are moving up and down. We're flossing the shoulders. Floss, 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 floss. Good. Look up, lift your heart center. So this should be like a safe arch. Your shoulders, your arms, strap moving away from your back, lifting your heart center. And then we release. Second side. Holding, holding. So you go side, 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 side. And again, kind of try and take the bow, the strap away from your back. Lift your heart center. Breathe. Exhale. And then releasing. Good work. All right. So we'll come to a squat. If you prefer for your knees to go wide, go ahead and go wide. I'm going to come to one where my legs are closer together, as wide as my mat when facing the front of my mat, and modify or come all the way down. And what I like about this, either one I think you can do, is my left hand stays down and my right arm up. And hand down, and left arm comes up. Extend, and down, and arm up. And down, and there shouldn't be much weight at all on your standing wrist. And come on up. Okay. Balance, of course. Okay. So we start out where your foot, the right foot, is tracing a groove in the sand. And sticky mat, you'll get stuck, I'm sure. Imagine you're like putting some pressure down. And then your foot glides and doesn't touch anymore. And then the foot flares out to the side, out. And then lastly, the leg floats, and you could have your hands right onto the sides of your body. And there you go to a variation of Warrior 3. Bring hands to heart. Arms to, I'll call them dragonfly wings. And then hug knee to chest. The last of the standing, and we'll take it down. Promise. All right. Left foot traces out a groove. And then the leg is floating. And the leg flutes out. And then you go back and you'll shift forward, hands at your sides, and you come forward. You're just making a letter T out of your body. And then hands are to heart. And then arms out to a T, dragonfly wings. And this practice with balance, let's take the knee to chest. It's essential, and you should practice like every single day, every day, so you can see what's going on. Your feet have to be strong, your glutes have to be strong, your core, your mind clear. There's so much involved in balance. So we come to on our backs, and we're going to take 5 minutes for our hip joints. Okay, release. Hold your foot and make circles. That should feel really nice, especially after Warrior 3. Lift your head. And maybe you'll slip your arm under, getting your shoulder underneath, and breathe. And release and lower. Second side, grabbing hold. Lifting your head. Left arm under, trying to get your shoulder under, and breathe. Lower, let's make circles. I forgot to make the circles, so it helps. Circling in one direction and circling in the other direction. All right, and we'll try that lifting again, see if that makes it any better. It did for me a little bit, just kind of working through some tight areas. And releasing. We have a wonderful stretch coming up, and I'm going to do it from standing. You're going to be lying on your backs. I'll start it out like this. You take your right ankle over left. That part's easy, right? And because it's kind of hard to really show what you're doing. I'll just show the first one. And right ankle over left, so left wrist over right. And then you turn so the palms, you can clap. The palms are flat against each other. One thumb over the other, and then your arms come up, locked out position. You have to squeeze the arms through the head, past the head. And you bring your arms, you go to the point where you can get your little fingers to touch the floor behind you. And as you're here, I want you to tighten everything up. You don't hear that very often in yoga. You're going to tighten, tighten, tighten. And you, like you're this, long, sinewy, elastic rope. Someone's grabbing hold of your feet, someone else grabbing hold of your wrists, and you're being pulled in two directions, tug of war, and you're lengthening all the while. So I want you to feel your heels down strongly, your left heel, your left calf muscle, both glutes down, and both shoulders down, back of the head down, and breathe. Now we're going to come out and we'll recross. Pull knees into chest. Pull your head up. Make a little ball. And reverse. Left ankle over the other. Right wrist over the other. Palms together. Arms up overhead. Squeeze in. And tighten, tighten, tighten glutes. Right heel touching down. Buttocks touching down. Shoulders and both little fingers. And breathe. Back of the head touching down. Your lumbar not touching down. Tighten everything up. Elongate. And release. And pull knees into chest. And take your head up towards your knees. Mm-hmm. Let's take the legs up in the air, shake them out, shake them out. Hands up in the air, shake it out, shake it out. Just keep shaking it out. Shaking, shaking. Getting rid of any residual tension, okay? And then I want you to lie in Shavasana. And just noticing your body. After forward bending, arching via striking cobra, twists, lots of side bending. And noticing. Changes within. And the changes could have to do with changes in your energy. It could be changes in your mood and your outlook on life. Changes in your awareness, the sharpened awareness. And maybe affirming an affirmation of today's dedication, dedicated to growing from the inside out. And we have a beautiful quote from Swami Vivekananda. You have to grow from the inside out. None can teach you. None can make you spiritual. There is no other teacher but your own soul. And feeling comfortable. I think that's a big word. Comfortable. Feeling comfortable. Just feeling comfortable inside your skin. Feeling comfortable in this moment. That's saying a lot. Feeling comfortable being present with this quiet mind. Scan your body. Let go of any residual tension. Observe your breath, the coming and going of each breath. And then just ever so slowly we will begin to deepen the breathing. We'll begin to move the hands and the feet. I know some people like to pop up, but there's no reason. You have lots of time. You just, kind of take that resurfacing gently. We do go deeply, which is a good thing. And so you train your body to sort of resurface so you retain some of this clarity, some of this presence throughout the day, right? That's our goal. That long after the Om, the yoga continues. Yeah. When you are ready, you can turn your audio on, your video on.